Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the football recap show where we talk all things football, and I will be providing you with the Game Week 12 recap. Now, I've had some shocking predictions, a few underdogs winning their matches, a certain manager getting sacked. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. And kicking off match day 12 was Leicester City taking on Chelsea at the King Power Stadium, and this fixture ended in favour of Chelsea. Chelsea winning this fixture 3-0 to extend their lead top of the table. Meanwhile, Leicester are currently sat in 12th place. My prediction for this fixture was a 2-1 to Chelsea. I expected Leicester to score, like a maybe Jamie Vardy or Wilfred Ndidi, because the central defensive midfielder has netted in this fixture twice and providing an assist in 5 appearances against the Blues. But yeah, unfortunately that was not the case. Chelsea are now 3 points clear of second Manchester City, and Leicester remain 12th place with 15 points. Goals came from Antonio Rudiger and N'Golo Kante, and in the 62nd minute, Christian Pulisic was subbed on and scored a goal. Next up, we had Aston Villa taking on Brighton at Villa Park, and my prediction for this game was a 2-1 to Villa, but rather it ended 2-0 to Villa. The goals scored in this game were quite late. Goals came from Ollie Watkins in the 84th minute and Tyrone Mings in the 89th minute to secure 3 points for Steven Gerrard's first managerial win for Aston Villa. And next up was Burnley taking on Crystal Palace at Turf Moor. My prediction for this game was a 1-0 to Burnley, and that was certainly not the case. This game had 6 goals in it, Christian Benteke bagging a brace, but the highlight goal for this was Maxwell Cornet's strike in the 49th minute, which was a lovely volley to beat Guaita at his near post. And just to say a few words on Maxwell Cornet, he's been on very good form since coming to the Premier League. The Ivorian has now netted 5 times in his last 7 appearances for Burnley. You can imagine 5 goals in 7 matches for Burnley in the Premier League. And not just goals, he's scoring very beautiful goals. If you look at the goal against Leicester when he made his debut, you look at the 2 goals against Southampton, beautiful volleys outside the box. So whoever scouted him, fair play. And swiftly moving on from a fixture that ended 3-3 to another, it was Newcastle taking on Bradford City at St James's Park. In terms of the game, it was a very good game to watch as a neutral, as you can tell by the scoreline. Jamal Lascelles, their captain and centre-back, scoring 10th minute for Newcastle, but then Ivan Toney swiftly followed up, scoring 1 minute later against his former club. Obviously, Ivan Toney used to play for Newcastle, in case you didn't know that. Then from there, Bradford City took the lead through Rico Henry, but before it approached the 40th minute, Joe Little scored as well, and then Jamal Lascelles found himself scoring the wrong end of the pitch, scoring an all goal in the 61st minute. But then Alan Saint-Maximin was not having any of it, proceeded to score a lovely volley crossed in by Ryan Fraser to make it 3-3. Final score of this game, I predicted a 1-1, but it ended 3-3. Next up was Norwich City taking on Southampton, and this match ended 2-1 in favour of Norwich. And to be honest, this result shocked me. I expected Southampton. I believe my last words on this fixture was a pure beatdown. Southampton 3, Norwich City 0, and that was definitely not the case. Norwich City getting their 2nd Premier League win. You know what? Norwich could actually stay up, Goals came from Che Adams scoring in the 4th minute, but that triggered a response from Norwich, Timo Pukki scoring 3 minutes later, and right when it was approaching the 80th minute, Grant Handley scored, their skipper, in the 79th minute, and Dean Smith getting his first 3 points with Norwich City. This was a huge surprise to me. I expected Southampton to win this, but I guess the underdog won. And next up was Watford FC taking on Manchester United at Vicarage Road. This ended 4-1 to Watford. United got absolutely embarrassed again, and it could have been more if it wasn't for David De Gea in goal. Ismail Assar missing a penalty, then Josh King going on to score, then Ismail Assar going to score before halftime, and then in the 92nd minute, João Pedro getting his first ever Premier League goal. He was in tears, and in the final minute of stoppage time, Emmanuel Dennis scored. But right when it was 2-0, Donny van der Beek came off the bench. That's a very rare thing to see, and he scored. Then went on their captain Harry Maguire getting a red card to seal Ole's fate, and it has been confirmed a few days ago that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been sacked by Manchester United. And he did a final interview and he was in tears and all that. But really it was time to go, but us will miss him. Ole gave me my best moments as a rival fan. You know what? In memory of Ole, let's have it one more time.
Ole's at the wheel, at the wheel, Ole's at the wheel. Da, 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 da.
God, how I will miss that song. And how funny it is that Donny van der Bench, the player he hardly ever plays, was the one who scored his last goal in his managerial career as Manchester United manager. And that team is in a mess, losing 4-1 to Watford. Watford don't even score above 2 goals. But they go on to score 4. Oh my god. Anyway, now they got Chelsea this weekend. Ho ho ho. You will want to hear my prediction for that game. Check out Matchday 13 preview. And then we had Wolverhampton Wanderers taking on West Ham at the Molineux Stadium. And this ended 1-0 to Wolves. My prediction for this fixture was 3-2. I thought it was going to have loads of goals, but sadly it only had the 1 goal. And guess who scored? Raul Jimenez. And I'm pretty sure I predicted it in the preview that he would score. Alright, run the clip. Out for Raul Jimenez, he's gonna score. Boom. And round of certain. Boom, you see? This is where you should subscribe. Subscribe right now. But yeah, in terms of this game, I knew Wolves would win this fixture. Final score, 1-0. Next up, we had Liverpool taking on Arsenal at Anfield. And this was a pure beatdown. This fixture ended 4-0 to Liverpool. Arsenal got absolutely battered. Aaron Ramsdale in the first half made very vital saves, but that wasn't enough to stop Sadio Mane heading in at the 39th minute. Then Jota scored, then Salah scored, then Minamino scored minutes later after coming on the pitch. As an Arsenal fan, it was very sad to see Nuno Tavares making silly errors. He kept giving the ball away, same as Sambi Lokonga. And Liverpool were just relentless against us. But apart from Arsenal getting battered 4-0, there was another incident in this game between Mikel Arteta and Jurgen Klopp. So basically, in context, Alisson takes his goal kick, aiming for Mane. So it's a 50-50 ball in the air. Mane doesn't see Tomiyasu, so Mane trips Tomiyasu over. Then Mikel Arteta goes crazy on the touchline, screaming at the ref, why isn't it a foul, blah blah blah. And then Klopp looks to the side and sees Mikel Arteta screaming at the ref. So Klopp decides to defend Mane. And basically they start arguing from there. It was a foul. Klopp's staff get involved. One member of Mikel's staff pulls him back. The fans are enjoying it in the stadium. The fans are cheering for Klopp. It's all kicking off. Arteta rattled the crowd. Then from there it went to them losing 4-0. Final score, Liverpool 4, Arsenal 0. And next up we had Manchester City taking on Everton at the Etihad Stadium, and this ended 3-0 win to Manchester City, closing the gap on Chelsea by now just 3 points. Before it was 6 points. And there were 2 highlight moments of this game, one being João Cancelo's outside boot pass to Raheem Sterling for a tap-in. Beautiful assist by João Cancelo and scoring me some FPL points. Meanwhile, once the ball bounced around the box, Rodri was to score an absolute rocket against Everton, making it 2-0. And then with 4 minutes left of normal time, Bernardo Silva got his 4th goal in 11 matches for Manchester City this season. And Everton have been performing poorly recently. They started off really well and now have just fallen off. Obviously, Decore getting injured, Dominic Calvert-Lewin getting injured as well. It's been a very up and down season for Everton. Final score, Manchester City 3, Everton 0. And to round off Matchday 12 was Tottenham Hotspur taking on Leeds United at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. This ended 2-1 to Tottenham. In the first half, Tottenham were absolutely shocking, getting dominated by Leeds. But in the second half, Tottenham were able to turn it around, scoring 2 goals to win the game 2-1. And Leeds are missing Patrick Bamford and Rafinha and are now sat 17th. Leeds have been having a very bad season. Meanwhile, that win took Spurs up to 7th place in the table, 4 points outside the top 4. And that game was Antonio Conte's first win in the Premier League as the Spurs manager. My prediction was a 3-1 to Tottenham. Expected Tottenham to blow them away because Leeds have been pretty poor this season. But the final score was Tottenham 2, Leeds United 1. And lastly, before we go, I just want to show you guys, you've been requesting it in my Insta DM, a quick look at my Fantasy Premier League team, how many points I scored. So I registered 79 points. Not bad, though I did make 4 transfers which took a -8 for my overall points. My overall points are 613. I'm ranked in the 3 millions out of 8 million players. Yeah, so my transfers were, I dodged a real bullet with this. I sold Diaz to buy Reguilon. He registered for me 9 points, and I sold Azpilicueta to also buy Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he registered for me 15 points. Salah captain as usual. Jimenez scored. Had Shimikas on the bench who scored 6 points, so I was unhappy with that. Foden only got me the 1 point. And yeah, 79 points is not bad. I was really happy with that. And to find out my next transfers, you will have to watch the Game Week 13 preview show. I've been Jay. Thank you so much for checking out the Game Week 12 recap show. Thanks to everyone for watching until the end of this video. Please drop it a like, hit that subscribe button. You guys don't know how much it means to me when I've seen a like or a comment or a subscription. Thank you so much for the support. See you in the Game Week 13 preview of the Premier League. Laters.